Ever pondered over how certain compounds break down into their constituent elements when an electric current passes through them? Well, this fascinating process is known as electrolysis, a cornerstone in the realm of chemistry. Diving right in, electrolysis is a method of separating bonded elements and compounds by passing an electric current through them. It's a process that takes place within an electrolytic cell, which comprises two electrodes, an anode and a cathode, connected to a power source and submerged in an electrolyte. To kickstart the process, an electric current is introduced. This current is the driving force, the catalyst that initiates the process of electrolysis. The electric current splits the compound into ions, positively charged cations and negatively charged anions. These ions, set free by the electric current, are then drawn to the electrodes. The positive ions, or cations, move towards the cathode, which is negatively charged. Meanwhile, the negative ions, or anions, are attracted to the anode, which is positively charged. This movement is a dance dictated by the law of attraction, the allure of opposites. Once the ions reach their respective electrodes, they either gain or lose electrons in a process called reduction or oxidation, respectively. The cations at the cathode gain electrons, a process known as reduction, while the anions at the anode lose electrons, a process referred to as oxidation. This exchange is what we call a redox reaction. At the end of this dance, the ions have been transformed. They are no longer ions but atoms or molecules, stripped of their charge and free to exist in their elemental form. A classic example of electrolysis is the separation of hydrogen and oxygen from water. When an electric current is passed through water, it breaks down into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen ions move towards the cathode where they gain electrons and form hydrogen gas. On the other side, the oxygen ions move towards the anode, lose electrons, and form oxygen gas. In a nutshell, electrolysis is a process that uses an electric current to drive a non-spontaneous chemical reaction. It involves the conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy, leading to the breakdown of compounds into their constituent elements. So, to recap, electrolysis is a process that starts with the introduction of an electric current into an electrolytic cell. The current breaks down the compound into ions, which move towards the electrodes. Once at the electrodes, they undergo oxidation or reduction, transforming them into their elemental form. Electrolysis is a marvel of chemistry, a process that allows us to break down and understand the world at a molecular level. It's a process that is in play in many areas, from the production of metals to the purification of ores. So, the next time you sip on that glass of water, take a moment to appreciate the complex dance of ions, the silent hum of electrolysis that makes understanding our world a little bit easier.